Now that we have power back, welcome back to some more Stormworks. I'm StormRunner Gaming, and today, do I have an amazing machine to show off for you guys? You may be wondering what the scaffolding, the boats, the dominoes, all these crazy contraptions in front of you are. And if you don't know what a Rube Goldberg machine is, I'll kind of explain it real quick. It is basically a chain reaction of different things going off, setting off the next thing in line. So as you can imagine, we've got a set of dominoes going up to the next thing over there. And what task, you may ask, I want to get done today? I have an unfinished boat that, it floats, but I need to get it into the water. So I've contacted the fire department and I need them to kind of just push the boat into the water. But, me being StormRunner and all, it's not as easy as it sounds. I've got about 62 or so objects here that I'm going to have to, push in order to actually get that boat in the water. And before I do start here with all of this craziness, I am going to be doing two versions. One of them being the cinematic version at the beginning. The second one being the more me running beside all of these things here, showing you that everything actually works in order without me kind of, cheating the system with cinematic tricks here and there. So without further ado, let's get into the cinematic version here. And this entire process starts with the tipping of one domino, just like that. Alright, like I talked about earlier, I'm going to do a full, complete run-through with a little bit of commentary this time. Because for the cinematic version, I just wanted to drop a little bit of music on there. I have a pretty cool, aesthetically pleasing view on that. As you can see for this one, I'm kind of just going to show you that it works while driving around in my little efficiency car. And we already know it starts out with that long stretch of dominoes here, which is actually the first thing I created and what kind of set me off to the Rube Goldberg or the chain reaction machine here that, you know, just gave me the idea, I guess. And of course the iconic ball rolls here, they actually, both of them have little sensors on there with just a pinch of logic on top of them and a battery, but the logic just tells that little linear thing holding the balls there to release so gravity can pull them down. And of course, one of many switchbacks on here, the idea behind it, not the building, but the idea of those little switchbacks actually took me a little while to create, because I had watched previous, you know, chain reaction videos on YouTube and stuff, just to get some ideas here. And then actually that creation right there, the huge ball coming off of that, I guess, huge domino, is one of the things I'm most pleased with. And of course that sets off a sensor on the back end of that little electric car on that rail, sending it to the big whacker right there, which topples over a couple dominoes with some weights on them to release this little, you know, stock car up here, which no power to it, it'll just roll down. It is pretty slow there. I did have to speed it up for the other one, so we weren't waiting. I think it takes about 30 seconds to get down there. So as that is going, it does leave us a little bit of time for the tomato launch. And if you guys did see the one video I did on the pumpkin launchers a little while ago, you'll recognize that launcher that is up there about to shoot that red ball, or what I called the tomato, over to the toilet bowl. Promptly named because it's, well, not only sterling white, but it really does kind of look like a toilet bowl with the catch on the back of it. But I think you guys are a little bit more interested. Does that actually miss? And I mean, I'll be 100% honest with you, it does miss about 1 out of 10 times, so it's got about a 90% chance. Well, those 1 out of 10 times, either it will A, miss, or B, kind of just get stuck up there, lose momentum somewhere. But as you can see, that light will zoom in real quick. That means that it has landed and set off the sensors on the bottom. And we've got this huge chain reaction of dominoes across the water. Originally, I was trying to do a little bit more stuff on boats, barges and stuff, because I mean, this is Stormworks, right? It is all based around boats and whatnot. So I really did want to do it, and I have a couple things created for that had weird creations on top of them. You know, things that would set one after the next, set off one after the next. But ultimately, the shaking from that did fail. But the next part, we have the super fast rocket going down here, going into those little gears on the side, setting off another raised chain of dominoes. Which, this one, I was surprised how much weight I actually needed to get to topple over these 3 sailboats. As you can see down at the keel, I intentionally did make it a little bit smaller so that they would fall over a lot easier. And then another ball roll with a little twist, that little camera on the side there, going over to another, you know, pusher with the gear next to it in our final set of dominoes. And I was actually surprised because that ramp is at such a little angle, the ball still has enough force to push these over. And then this little radio station just sends a signal over to what's on top of our, I guess it's the fire truck over there. Yeah, that's my little utility fire truck pushing our, I think it's a 20-meter boat into the water. And sadly, the fire truck does go with it, but we have successfully done the mission we set out to do by pushing a domino, you know, all the way over in the hangar, by launching the boat into the water. Now we can take this beautiful boat out onto the ocean now, all thanks to pushing over 1 domino. And you know, we did go a little bit off budget with like $12 million worth of other stuff, but you know, just don't tell the banks we only have like $3 in there right now. hopefully they don't figure out before I slip a little bit more money into there. But yeah, that is just about everything for the chain reaction machine here today. If you guys were wondering, I did have to redo the one part just once at the end there to make it work better, because it did fail at the end of the day. Sad to admit that, but you know, problems arise and whatnot. I think what failed that time was the ball launcher didn't actually hit its target. Or no, wait, I'm forgetting. The ball launcher not hitting its target was a run forever ago now. The thing that didn't work for the last run I was doing before the one I showed you guys was that the rocket car actually launched off its own tracks, which I don't know exactly how that did itself like that, but I don't know, it's Stormworks. A lot of weird and wacky things happen sometimes. But yeah, I am going to drop this on the workshop. If you guys do want to pick it up there, you can play around with it, add on to it, just test it out for yourself, see what's going on with it, and whatnot. It seems like the boat's having a little bit of problems. I think stabilization's died, probably because we lost all power to the batteries. It looks like everything that needs any power has gone out by now. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this. Was it pretty cool? Did you think it wasn't gonna work through all that? I want to hear whatever you think down in those comments down below. So of course, if you guys did like this, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel to stay up with Stormworks and more of my content. But I've never been great at goodbyes, but people need me, and I need to go.